Hey everyone, Frank Couples Counselor here. Thanks so much for joining me today. I want to acknowledge upfront that this is not an easy conversation asking should I stay or should I leave my marriage if it feels toxic. That is one of the hardest and most heart-wrenching questions that a person can face. And so there's no simple formula to follow, but today I want to walk you through 5 points to help guide and facilitate these thoughts, this mindset that will help you think through this wisely and carefully, and especially with love for yourself, for your wife, for your husband, for your family. And so thank you so much for joining me today. Hi there, my name is Frank DeGrassa, Couples Counselor. If you've been enjoying this content, please like and subscribe so you can be notified each time my videos come out. My heart really is to help couples strengthen their marriage in Jesus' name. So let's talk about it. So if my marriage is toxic, should I stay or should I leave? Here's 5 things to consider to help you guide your decision of staying or leaving. The first point that you need to consider, number 1, is we need to look for red flags. Red flags are patterns of behaviors that harm you or your marriage. They're not just occasional mistakes or just bad days that you have, that they're really repeated actions that break down the trust and connection. For some examples that I like to offer are emotional abuse, like there's constant criticism, there's constant name calling, constant insults, very condescending put downs. And that's the one kind of thing, like emotional abuse. The other thing is manipulation. Manipulation is like they're twisting your words, they make you doubt yourself. You probably also know that as gaslighting, or they're controlling you, controlling who you see, where you should go, when you should do these, when you should go. So there's that type of manipulation. And then also physical abuse, like pushing, slapping, or threatening violence, or throwing things in your direction are types of nuances to physical abuse. You see, research shows that these patterns often escalate over time. Abuse or manipulation doesn't usually stay at the same level. It tends to get worse if it's not addressed. It escalates. And disrespect over the long term, it chips away at love, your safety, and your intimacy. So here's what I want you to hear. Abuse and manipulation usually doesn't just go away. They grow if you ignore these signs. Disrespect that is repeated over time can destroy your trust, which is the foundation of every relationship in marriage. And I want you to understand, noticing these patterns is the first step towards protecting yourself and your child. And if you see these signs, it's not about being dramatic or overreacting. It's about facing reality and taking the first step towards change. The second sign that you need to consider is to ask yourself this: is it safe? Is it safe? This is the most important question because safety is non-negotiable. Your life is at stake. There's the safety of yourself, your children. That safety always comes first. We see in research through National Domestic Violence Hotline that shows that leaving a dangerous relationship often takes planning, support, and sometimes even professional help. And there's something important, even when the violence or abuse isn't aimed at your child. The fact that you're just witnessing it, the violence, the constant conflict, that affects your emotional and mental health. And children may not have the words to explain. They may not have the verbiage. They have not know what to say, to explain what's going on the inside, but they are very deeply impacted. In fact, study shows that kids who are exposed to this domestic violence are more likely to develop anxiety, depression, and behavior problems later on as they grow, as they progress in their childhood development, in their cognitive development. So in this point, is it safe? Here's what I want you to remember. Your safety matters, because you and your child deserve to be safe and secure in this family, in this marriage unit. I want you to understand that even if conflict isn't directed at your child feels it. Your children feel it, and it can hurt them in the long run, in the long term, even though they may not have the vocabulary to articulate what they're experiencing right now. And if you're not safe, it is time to reach out for help and take course of action to push safety. So if you're unsure where to start, reach out to a trusted friend, a family member, contact a counselor, or contact a hotline 988, and there are people that are ready to help. contact someone and they'll provide some guidance and facilitation so that you are safe. The third thing that you need to consider is this: have you tried fixing it? I know that might be a no-brainer question, but I gotta share it. Have you tried fixing this? You see, every marriage struggles, and having conflict doesn't mean your marriage is toxic. It just means you're human. Every couple has conflict. Every couple goes through conflict and fights and arguments. What matters is whether both partners are willing to fix it and work on it. If one partner doesn't want to and the other is willing to, it's not going to work. See, research shows that when couples commit to counseling and therapy together, they can improve communication, they can rebuild trust, and they can strengthen their bonds. But the word that I want to emphasize here is if they want to work on it together. If only one person is trying and the other keeps ignoring the issues or keeps blaming you, gaslighting you, or refusing to change, the chances of improvement is just not going to happen. The chances of improvement are really low. So here's what I want you to reflect on for this question of have you tried to fix it is this. See, marriage can heal and grow when both partners are willing to work on it. If only one person is willing to do the work and the other person doesn't want to, you're stuck and the relationship is unbalanced. The other thing is you can't be in a marriage by yourself. You can't fix a marriage by yourself. Both people need to be committed and invested into this relationship. So ask yourself, have we really sought help? Have we gone through the actual process, not just one or two and then we're done because it didn't work for me? Have you tried counseling? Have you tried reading books together? Have you taken this process honestly? Or has one person checked out, right? This can tell you a lot about whether your marriage, where your marriage stands, if you're able to move forward or should we end this. The fourth thing is, do you have support? Do you have support? See, facing problems in your marriage can feel incredibly lonely, can't it? But you are not meant to carry this burden alone. Research shows and tells us that people with strong social support, whether from friends, from your faith community, your church, your small group, your support groups, these social supports help you cope better with stress, making it wiser, and you help make wiser decisions and recover more fully after hard times. See, think about people in your life. Who is that person that you're safe with to talk to about these things? Who listens without judgment? Who can pray for you? Who can help you think through these options, or just be present with you, to cry with you and to hear with you, to listen to your heartaches? Here's what I want you to remember for this. Having support gives you the strength when you feel overwhelmed. And understand, asking for help isn't weakness. It's a sign of wisdom and courage to make some courageous calls and courageous conversations. And you don't have to walk this alone. Let people who care walk with you. This is not about telling everybody, but this is about telling a few support people who you know, like, and trust. And if you don't have anyone else close, there's hotlines, there are churches, there are counselors and therapists ready to stand beside you through this season. And the fifth point is this: what's next? What's next? After you looked at the red flags, you checked in on safety, considered the work that you both done, and you've gathered support, the next step is to start thinking about your future. If you're taking these steps seriously, and it's not going to happen overnight, it takes a process. That forgiveness is a decision, but healing is a process. And research shows that when people take time to weigh the pros and cons, reflect on their values, make a plan, they feel less regret and more confidence in their decisions. Whether the next step is to try couples therapy, pausing on the relationship, setting clear boundaries, or preparing to leave and transition out of the marriage and relationship and call it a separation or unfortunately a divorce. What matters is that you have a thoughtful and intentional plan. Here's what I want you to hold on to. You don't have to figure everything out today, just the next step. Making a plan lowers your stress and gives you a sense of control in your situation. Understand that it's okay to prioritize your well-being and your child's well-being as you make these decisions. Remember, your health, your child's health as well, those matter. Those things matter. Your children matter. The mental health and their stability matters. And you are worthy. Understand, you are worthy of love. You're worthy of respect and peace in your home and in your heart. So if you're asking whether to stay or leave in a marriage that is toxic, look for red flags. Check on safety, the safety, environment, and temperature of your marriage. Are you safe? Are your children safe? And ask if you both really truly try to fix it. Lean on your support system, and then think carefully about your next steps. Understand you're not alone in this. Please, please, please don't suffer in silence. Reach out to a friend, a pastor, a counselor, a therapist, or a hotline. There are people who want to help you walk through this journey with courage, care, and compassion. So thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for having the courage to ask this hard question and take some honest steps forward. This is not easy. Remember, you need to enjoy life that God has given you. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Frank, couples counselor. See you soon.